Thanks for joining us for day 4 of this Through the Bible in a Year. We're working through reading the Christian Standard Bible and just going through day by day, a couple chapters a day, as a way for you to have somebody that you're reading along with. Comment below anything that stands out to you on any given day that we read in the reading. Maybe if there's anything that you'd like to point out, or you have a question on, or you want to discuss further in details, whatever. That's what the purpose of this is to give everyone someone that they can read along with, and then maybe have some dialogue back and forth with as well, like you would if you were sitting in person with me and we were reading through this together. Now today we're continuing in Genesis, but we are starting to get into some of what people may consider the boring sections of the Bible. There's not a lot of action. There's not a lot of excitement. It's a lot of genealogy. It's a lot of this person who is the father of this person, who's the father of this person. And I understand the desire to sometimes skip over some of those. But I would like to encourage you not to. Not only in Genesis, but as we go through and we see in other books as well. Everything that's in the Bible is there for a reason. And it may not always seem the most important to us now, but it's there for a purpose. And we should be reading the Bible in its entirety, not just picking out verses that we like, not just picking out books that we like. Should be reading it in its entirety. So that's why I want to do this. So yeah, we'll jump straight into it. Genesis 10, 11, and 12 is what we're doing today. We will start with 10. These are the family records of Noah's sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. They also had sons after the flood. Japheth's sons, Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshach, and Tyrus. Gomer's sons, Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarma. I'm butchering all of these. I can guarantee you that none of these are actually pronounced the way that I'm pronouncing them. And Javan's sons, Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Dodanim. From these descendants, the peoples of the coasts and islands spread out into their lands, according to their clans and their nations, each with its own language. Ham's sons, Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. Cush's sons, Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Rama, and Sabteka. And Rama's sons, Sheba and Dedan. Cush fathered Nimrod, who began to be powerful in the land. He was a powerful hunter in the sight of the Lord. That is why it is said, like Nimrod, a powerful hunter in the sight of the Lord. His kingdom started with Babylon, Erech, Akkad, and Calneh in the land of Shinar. From the land he went to Assyria and built Nineveh, Rehoboth-ir, Calah, and Rezin, between Nineveh and the great city Calah. Mizraim fathered the people of Lud, Anam, Lehab, Naphtah, Pathros, Kasla. The Philistines came from them, and Kaphtor. Canaan fathered Sidon, his firstborn, and Heth, as well as the Jebusites, the Amorites, and the Girgashites. The Hivites, the Arkites, the Sinites, the Arvadites, the Zemarites, and the Hamathites. Afterwards, the Canaanite clan scattered. The Canaanite border went from Sidon going towards Gerar as far as Gaza, and going toward Sodom, Gomorrah, Admah, and Zeboim as far as Lasha. These are Ham's sons by their clans according to their languages and their lands and their nations. And Shem, Japheth's older brother, also had sons. Shem was the father of all the sons of Eber. Shem's sons were Elam, Asher, Arpachshad, Lud, and Aram. Aram's sons, Uz, Hol, Ger, and Mash. Arpachshad's fathers, Shelah, and Shelah fathered Eber. Eber had two sons. One was named Peleg, for during his days The earth was divided. His brother was named Joktan, and Joktan fathered Almodad, Sheleph, Hazarmaveth, Jerah, Hadoram, Uzal, Diklah, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were Joktan's sons. Their settlements extended from Misha to Siphar, the eastern hill country. These are Shem's sons by their clans, according to their languages and their lands and their nations. These are the clans of Noah's sons, according to their family records and their nations. The nations on earth spread out from these after the flood. Now, on to Genesis 11. The Tower of Babylon. The whole earth had the same language and vocabulary. As people migrated from the east, they found a valley in the land of Shinar and settled there. They said to each other, "Come, let's make oven-fired bricks." They used brick for stone and asphalt for mortar. And they said, "Come, let's build ourselves a city and a tower with its top in the sky. Let's make a name for ourselves. Otherwise, we will be scattered throughout the earth." Then the Lord came down to look over the city and the tower that the humans were building. The Lord said, "If they have begun to do as one people, all having the same language, then nothing they plan to do will be impossible for them. Come, let's go down there and confuse their language so that they will not understand one another's speech." So from there the Lord scattered them throughout the earth, and they stopped building the city. Therefore it is called Babylon, for there the Lord confused the language of the whole earth, and from there the Lord scattered them throughout the earth. Okay, if you're seeing this now, if you're watching, you see it looks different. I don't know what keeps happening on my other thing. Bible Gateway is just having issues. So we are going to use YouVersion online. And starting in verse 10. These are the family records of Shem. Shem lived 100 years and fathered Arpachshad 2 years after the flood. After he fathered Arpachshad, Shem lived 500 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Arpachshad lived 35 years and fathered Shelah. After he fathered Shelah, Arpachshad lived 403 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Shelah lived 30 years and fathered Eber. After he fathered Eber, Shelah lived 403 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Eber lived 34 years and fathered Peleg. After he fathered Peleg, Eber lived 430 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Peleg lived 30 years and fathered Reu. After he fathered Reu, Peleg lived 209 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Reu lived 32 years and fathered Serug. After he fathered Serug, Reu lived 207 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Serug lived 30 years and fathered Nahor. After he fathered Nahor, Serug lived 200 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Nahor lived 29 years and fathered Terah. After he fathered Terah, Nahor lived 119 years and fathered other sons and daughters. Terah lived 70 years and fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran. These are the family records of Terah. Terah fathered Abram, Nahor, and Haran fathered Lot. Haran died in his native land in Ur of the Chaldeans during his father Terah's lifetime. Abram and Nahor took wives. Abram's wife was named Sarai, and Nahor's wife was named Milcah. She was the daughter of Haran and the father of both Milcah and Iscah. Sarai was unable to conceive. She did not have a child. Terah took his son Abram, his grandson Lot, Haran's son, and his daughter-in-law Sarai, his son, Abram's wife, and they set out together from Ur of the Chaldeans to go to the land of Canaan. But when they came to Haran, they settled there. Terah lived 205 years and died in Haran. Genesis 12. The Lord said to Abram, "Go from your land, your relatives, and your father's house to the land I will show you. I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing. I will bless those who bless you. I will curse anyone who treats you with contempt, and all of the peoples on the earth will be blessed through you." So Abram went as the Lord had told him, and Lot went with him. Abram was 75 years old when he left Haran. He took his wife Sarai, his nephew Lot, all the possessions he had accumulated, and the people they had acquired in Haran. They set out for the land of Canaan. When they came to the land of Canaan, Abram passed through the land to the site of Shechem, at the oak of Moreh. At the time the Canaanites were in the land. The Lord appeared to Abram and said, "To your offspring I will give this land." So he built an altar there to the Lord who had appeared to him. From there he moved on to the hill country east of Bethel and pitched his tent, with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. He built an altar to the Lord there, and he called on the name of the Lord. Then Abram journeyed back by stages to the Negev. There was a famine in the land, so Abram went down to Egypt to stay there for a while because the famine in the land was severe. When he was about to enter Egypt, he said to his wife Sarai, "Look, I know what a beautiful woman you are. When the Egyptians see you, they will say, 'This is his wife.' They will kill me, but let you live. Please say you are my sister, so it will go well for me because of you, and my life will be spared on your account." When Abram entered Egypt, the Egyptians saw that the woman was very beautiful. Pharaoh's officials saw her and praised her to Pharaoh, so the woman was taken to Pharaoh's household. He treated Abram well because of her, and Abram acquired flocks and herds, male and female donkeys, male and female slaves, and camels. But the Lord struck Pharaoh and his household with severe plagues because of Abram's wife, Sarai. So Pharaoh sent for Abram and said, "What have you done to me? Why didn't you tell me she was your wife? Why did you say she's my sister, so that I took her as my wife? Now, here is your wife. Take her and go." Then Pharaoh gave his men orders about him, and they sent him away with his wife and all he had. And that is Genesis 12. So I hope this is blessing you. I hope this is doing well for you. I hope there's people that are finding this as something that they can read along with, go along with, and maybe help them to stay more consistent with their reading. Comment below anything that stuck out to you. I know there's some rather interesting tidbits in Egypt or in Genesis, and we're going to keep coming across them. Some here in this passage, and then in passages to come as well. If you're interested, this translation I'm reading from is the Christian Standard Bible, CSB. I will have a link to this Bible. It's the Bible I actually use personally when I do my reading. I have the Apologetics Study Christian Standard Bible, and it's phenomenal. I'll have a link in the description if you want to buy that, but also I have a link to another video that I have done reviewing that Bible on my own, and it's just I highly recommend it. It's great. So comment below what your thoughts, if anything stuck out to you or anything you want to say going forward on this that we read today. Make sure you like, subscribe, all that. Spread the word. Podcasts, the best way that they spread is typically by word of mouth. So if you're getting something out of this and you think there's somebody else you know that would also get something out of it, pass it along to them. And we can go on this journey together and kind of build off each other, help to continue reading and stay in our word through that way. Thanks for giving me your time. God bless.